Yep.
Oh, hey guys.
What's up?
What's up?
Howdy.
So, welcome to part 2 of our Road to Infinity series. We are watching every Friday night 6 Marvel movies before Avengers Infinity War comes out in a couple weeks. Well, it's like a month and a half or so. And last night, we just watched Thor: The Dark World, part 2. Directed by some dude who worked on Game of Thrones and whatnot. But yeah. Well, this was fun, wasn't it?
It was definitely a blast, honestly.
Yeah, you know.
Like, there's no bad Marvel movies.
Right. I mean, you know,
There's really not.
there are some that are definitely better than others.
I know.
You do?
Do what?
What?
Any starting order?
Kelly?
I enjoyed the hell out of the visual set design. Like, everything looked fantastic in the movie. So, it was really a pleasure to look at, especially with the aid of certain things. And I thought that was awesome.
Do you recall what I taught you of the convergence?
Yes. The alignment of the worlds. It approaches, doesn't it?
There's a like very functional fantasy sort of element to it. You know, there's like swords and boards and lasers and stuff. Max? What did you like?
Well, the costume design was pretty magnificent. I mean, just for every Asgardian to have a certain type of really sleek-looking, highly detailed armor, lots of curves, lots of lines, lots of detail work in the plate and the horns.
My king, the mortal has been taken.
Yeah, that blend of science fiction and fantasy with axes and jet boats.
Jet boats.
Yeah.
And flying knife ships.
And that slapping things will get you everywhere.
Slapping things gets you... Slapping and punching things.
Unless you're punchy, then in which case you can do anything so long as you keep punching.
Right, Punchy.
Punchy.
Affectionately renamed Curse, played by some guy whose name is hard to pronounce.
The one that's not Malekith.
Right. I don't know. He had one great moment where he punched Thor in the face a bunch.
He punched through a force field?
There was that one part where he did like the double punch through like an epic
punch.
force,
Yeah.
like brought down a massive force. Yeah.
Punchy.
Punchy, dude. Chandler?
Alright, so yeah, my favorite part was honestly right after the credits. The very end, where you saw the Collector for the first time. You got so much lore in just like 30 seconds.
Yes.
We got to know exactly how many Infinity Stones there were.
1 down. 5 to go.
True, because if you remember at the end of Avengers, that's the first time you see Thanos. It's at the end of Thor where they say,
creepy
you
guy.
already have that thing from this other movie, why don't you want this? And they say that they're both Infinity Stones. So now we're like, alright, so that wasn't the Cosmic Cube all the comic book fans rage about. That was the Space Stone. And the one that turns everything dark and doesn't have anything to do with time or power or souls must clearly be the reality one, yeah?
Can I have my shoe back?
Yeah, that brings us to the other thing too, because like that really wasn't terribly clear. Things we didn't care for as much in this movie.
Holy shit!
Let's start in reverse order. Chan?
Goodness, things I didn't care for this movie. For one, the soundscape, lacking. Last time we were just enthralled by the orchestra, while this time we were like...
Right, like, oh man, all these free loops we got with GarageBand.
Music, no. So yeah, that would be mine.
Yeah, that was rough. Max?
Oh man, I'm so glad I came to see this movie about the average troubles of dating people.
Oh, right. Yeah.
No, I actually don't go on that many dates, you know.
So much.
I take that we should order some drinks, or you should at least look past your menu.
You know what would make this scene
Hi,
less
Chris
awkward?
O'Dowd.
An awkward interruption. That would make this scene less awkward.
And again, for Thor the Dark World, why am I seeing Average Dating Life of Jane Foster?
You're wearing lady clothes? You haven't showered, didn't you? You smell good.
That's why it's a lot of people's least favorite Marvel movie. Kelly?
There's one specific part with Mjolnir, and he hangs it on the coat rack on the wall.
Oh yeah.
The whole world is going crazy. All the stuff we saw is spreading.
You know what I'm talking about.
It's so nice.
You don't like that? Yeah.
No. What I don't like is whenever he summons it off of the wall, he's not able to pull the whole goddamn thing off of the wall.
No, the whole wall doesn't come with
makes
it.
absolute sense. I think that would have added so much comedy to the situation.
Yeah, because I was about to say that before.
Right. Right?
And it just comes off the wall easily.
I better get my pants.
Actually, that reminds me of another point too, where they missed another perfect opportunity for a joke. Thor, it's like they're doing the whole prison breakout thing, and he walks in and he's like,
Return to yourselves, no further harm will come to you. You have my word.
and then like someone hits him, and he's like,
Very well, you do not have my word.
and it's like he totally like he gave his word. He should have followed through with his word and like hit them.
Now.
Like it would have been perfect for him to say like,
Something else.
I gave my word, but no. Bad writing, just bad writing sometimes.
Missed opportunities.
I also want to point out too, there were at least 3 people who promised the death of Loki if he betrayed them. And I just feel like leaving the trickster god's body behind because he died is a... You trust
Well, he died.
You trust...
Are you mad? Possibly.
You know, that's the thing. The movie kind of undercuts makes the characters less good than we know they should be by writing them not as well, and that's not as cool. But hey, guess what? That's the worst of the 6 movies, in my opinion. Because what? Guardians of the Galaxy is next week.
But guess what? Idris Elba was a badass.
My only weakness.
My only weakness is another ship.
And then, yeah, there's more of them behind him.
If only I had 2 more daggers.
Also, spinny knife ships.
So is there any questions you guys have about
Yeah,
their
so
connections? to
right
Marvel?
now, this shakes up S.H.I.E.L.D. quite a bit. Right?
Yeah, so
There's
if
a
you're
whole
keeping up with
event.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like in the timeline, there's an episode where the S.H.I.E.L.D. crew goes and like the episode starts off with them cleaning up the mess from that crazy like portal battle that happens in the
They
UK.
have to clean up that mess.
What the hell just happened?
And then, some other totally, mildly unrelated stuff happens, but it's kind of related at the same time. It's a fun one. We're gonna keep mentioning
Agent Coulson, because Agent Coulson's awesome.
Yeah, Coulson's the shit. The show is great. They had episode 100 last week, and I still have to watch this week's episode, so don't spoil it for me. All right. Please.
Speaking
I
of,
promise
we've
I
already
won't,
seen the
'cause I
Infinity
haven't
War trailer.
Yes.
Watch the Infinity War trailer.
Ooh.
We might have another review about that in a second.
Watch. I don't even know if I can.
Oh, Chris Pratt, you're so fun.
I'm so
Speaking
excited.
of, that's all next week.
Yeah, Chris Pratt is on next week with Guardians of the Galaxy. We will be back next week with a movie night on Friday night. We'll be back every Saturday with our Dungeons and Dragons campaign show. What's it called? Chronic and Chimeras.
Line.
That's the magic of weed. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna have movie nights on Fridays. These reviews and whatnot will be posted by Monday, sometimes a little earlier. You know, sometimes we're on top of the game. But in the meantime, I'm Ross Gand.
I'm Toasty Terrorist.
I'm at BeholdersBong.
So is Sherry.
And that's us. We're the BeholdersBong crew.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I really wish I had a better ending clip.